So let's start with the part of moving the body. Now, there was this woman named Kelly McGonigal, and she was talking about actual, like if we're experiencing a particular kind of stress, we can address that stress with a particular kind of movement. For instance, if you do any aerobic activity for, say, about 20 minutes or so, like take a brisk walk, run, or
Like get your heart rate up a bit.
right, your
Okay.
body responds by treating you with a little endocannabinoids.
Sweet.
So if you're experiencing some sort of worry as a stress, exercise of an aerobic nature is a good way to treat your brain with a little endocannabinoids, which in a natural way, which means that your brain is trying to maintain homeostasis. So if you artificially take endocannabinoids, it's trying to dial those back.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you actually stress your body, it gives you this little present for working
Okay.
your body out. So it's a little counterintuitive, but actually stressing your body out a little bit helps you unstress about something else that might be worrying you.
Oh, so like if you have a broken toe, you hit your hand with a hammer and then your
Exactly.
toe doesn't
That works.
feel so bad.
Yeah. It's exactly the same principle. Yeah.
You're like, not quite, but good try.
That's how this works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that also having a benefit of doing an exercise that another person is doing gets some endorphins going. Like this can be doing, like if you're rowing crew, or if you're
Oh, right. An exercise class
yeah,
online or
an exercise
yeah.
class online, a yoga class. I was experiencing this when we used to do Tai Chi Qigong in person. I didn't have a lot of direct experience of flow while I was doing it. But I noticed that when I was walking home, it's kind of like a delayed onset
Oh,
of the
yeah.
endorphins, which is kind of like, it's very much like oxytocin, because you feel like a sense of connectedness to the people that you were exercising with. And you also, it says increased pain tolerance. I wasn't actually in pain, so I couldn't test that.
I mean,
But,
I love that it's increased pain tolerance instead of decreased pain.
well, yeah, I mean, that'd be a lot to ask for, wouldn't it?
You're just more okay with your pain. It doesn't
Yeah,
actually help it.
you're more okay with your pain. If you're going through a natural setting, you have to pay more attention to even how you take a step, because your balance is going to be different.
Oh, so like if you're walking on dirt rather than
Right.
cement.
So you're walking on a trail or anything natural, you're taking in more sensory information. And what that does is it puts you into a setting where you're paying less attention to the language center of your brain.
Oh, okay. Like, so being like overstimulated by your visual surroundings in a like nature way
Right.
actually helps your brain worry less about whatever the heck you're thinking about.
Yeah, it calms down your ability to do these word spirals around it, which actually calms down rumination.
Okay. Well, and part of that is probably because of like if you're in nature, there's some chance that like there might be a predator around. So biologically speaking, our brain is like on high alert of our
I wouldn't rule
surroundings,
that out.
right?
But you've actually done this when you were doing your strength training.
Mm-hmm. I did a lot of that.
There's this thing, condition known as proprioception.
Yeah.
I've never done weight training, so you'll have to help me with this.
Yes. I did very heavy weightlifting for many years. And for me, it really does create like a sense of like, man, like I know what I'm doing, you know?
Right.
Like beyond just like the like I can do this exercise, but just like in every aspect of my life, I'm like I'm in charge.
Right.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Like and having control feels good.
Yeah. You're almost talking me into this.
It's pretty awesome.
You were here
And
is
increased bone
almost.
density.
There you go. Bone density is good too.
Yeah.
So I guess the key here is like to find a really tiny version of these that you can, and a place where you can put it into your life. Like for me, it's like moving through nature is hard to, I mean, we've got some fairly close by. We're fortunate for that, but I've got some parks that I can go through that I can get to fairly quickly. and that's natural-ish. Also gardening helps
Right.
in that way of calming the language center of the brain. But if you can
Yeah.
find a little version of these activities, and for me, honestly, it was like adding 30 seconds a week onto this routine and
Right.
celebrating that. It's a way to
Yeah.
build up over time.